As you can see in this fantabulous episode, I will be coming back to this or that. I find this game concept to be very intriguing, if not bizarre. Mostly I think it's the statements that are bizarre, and sometimes they are a no-brainer with what to pick, and other times it's like an internal war erupts in my brain. So let's check it out. Hey, welcome back. Please come on in. Have a seat. I am Dark Soldier 420 for Wixadent Gaming Corner. I've come to the conclusion that I'm compelled to discuss the statements to rationalize why I chose one statement over the other. However, I have a hard time not overanalyzing each statement instead of just picking one after a brief discussion. In the last episode, I had just finished number 80 and was presented with 160 more. And it makes me wonder, what kind of weird statements will be in the next one? But enough rambling. Let's get going. So, this is quite the doozy of a question here. Holy cow. Now honestly, it brings up a whole lot of things. Well, especially for me, where I'm approaching this age on the bottom. I really wouldn't want to die at the age of 50. Sorry. That's just me. So, even though it would probably complicate things a ton, I would much rather not die until the age of 200. Although, I would hope that because of that, you would be able to have better technology. It looks like at least 80% of the people agree with me. So, alright, live with your parents for the rest of their lives. Or live with your siblings for the rest of their lives. That's a very good question. No, the whole siblings thing would depend. Are you the youngest or are you the oldest? So if you're the oldest, living with your siblings would probably suck. Because, there's no guarantee. Well, really, the way life is, there's no guarantee that you'll outlive even your parents for that matter. But I guess at least with your siblings, you wouldn't have to worry about them. I don't know, it depends on the family. But I guess I'm just weird like that. I think I'd probably, mostly because all of my siblings are married, so I think I'd probably live with my parents for the rest of my life. And I'm in the minority there, but it's pretty even. I mean, it's not 100% even, but yeah, anyway. Is that get $5 or is that 5,000? I'm going to assume that it's 5,000. And it's just that they could figure out how to put a comma there. To get 5,000 or give 100,000 to charity. Almost makes me wonder if this game is going to end up recycling this or that. Just because, we've already gone through 80 of them. Now this one's got 160. I almost think there's going to be, unless of course these are, some that fans have written in and these guys have put in this game. But anyway, while I could probably really use the 5,000, I think if I give 100,000 to charity, it may give me a bigger tax break. I don't know, but I'm going to be the nice guy and give 100,000 to charity. And I'm glad to see that I am not in the minority on that one. Swap your left and right ear with one another. Okay, so that one's kind of like a, oh well. I mean, it would probably just mean that your ears would be on backwards. So the flaps of your ears would be towards your mouth rather than towards the back of your head. Now this one, swap your left hand and right foot. That would be really weird because you'd have a hand down where your foot's supposed to be and a foot where your hand's supposed to be. And it would be very difficult to do daily tasks even if you're not a left-handed person, because Believe it or not, a lot of right-handed people do a lot of things left-handed. It's just that they don't use it for a lot of tasks. You don't use it to write, you don't use it to eat, just things like that. Sometimes I use my left hand to eat, but anyway, I would rather do this one. And I'm not surprised that I'm in the majority with that one, because this one's just weird. Although it's a very good question. It's kind of funny. I like it. Alright, never again be able to say you're sorry or in any way show remorse. Never again be able to say thank you or any way show gratitude. Oh, wow. This one is tough. Because on one hand, well, either way, everybody you talk to is going to think you're an ungrateful son of a gun. Just because if you don't ever say sorry or show any remorse, they think you're lacking emotion. And if you don't ever say thank you or show gratitude in any way, then everybody's going to think you're just a jerk. So either way, you're a jerk, regardless of which one you pick. I think, though, I would much rather pick this instead of that. Just because with this, I don't know my reasoning, but I'm glad to see I'm not in the minority with that one either. So I accidentally drop a hammer. Oh yeah, see, it's just repeating the same ones that we had in another episode. And I chose accidentally drop a hammer on your toe because I'd rather drop a hammer on my toe and be hurt than drop a hammer on somebody else's toe and have them be angry enough to beat the crap out of me. So either way, I'm going to get hurt. That's the way I look at it. So I'm just going to pick this one. And I'm still in the minority because for whatever reason, people would much rather drop a hammer on a complete stranger's toe. Well, ask me why. No one show up at your wedding, or no one show up at your funeral. So it would be one thing for no one to show up at your wedding because, depending on when you have it, if you're young, the only people that potentially show up at your wedding is your siblings. And according to this, though, it says no one. That would mean, well, does that mean that we ourselves don't show up at our wedding? Myself and my spouse, we ourselves don't show up for our wedding? Or, no one show up at your funeral? I would probably pick no one show up at your funeral because you're not even going to know. You're dead. I mean, yes, there is an afterlife, but still. Yeah. So, I guess I'm in the minority with that one, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. Lose all the hair on your body, or have both ears glow green in the dark. Well, honestly, the only people that would see that, unless you walk around at night a lot, would be your family, your wife, if you have one, your kids, if you have any. Your siblings if you're young, your parents if you're young, well, I guess even your parents if you're a little bit older, and and if you choose to stay with them the rest of your life, their life, I mean. But losing all your hair, well, if you lose all your hair on your body, you can always wear a wig, and where I'm not really a massively hairy individual myself, it probably wouldn't, I'm sure people would notice, but then I wouldn't be able to have a beard or a mustache or a goatee or anything like that. And honestly, I think I look much better with a mustache and goatee, or even a beard than I do with no facial hair whatsoever. I think I look really funny. So I'll go with this one. Ah, good. I'm in the majority. That's awesome. I'm glad. Never be able to touch another human ever again. Never be able to touch any kind of computing device ever again. I remember this question too, although I'm not quite sure which one I picked. The one thing about the never be able to touch any kind of computing device ever again, that is a lot of things, and I don't know what they were thinking when they wrote it, or if they were thinking about this, but really, any kind of computing device, that would mean your cell phone. I think, in a sense, technically, that would mean, what am I thinking? That would mean, hello? A calculator, because that would be kind of like a computing device, or, like I said, a cell phone. You wouldn't be able to touch a computer. That would make it very difficult for certain people to keep their jobs because they have to use some sort of a computing device. So, it's rough though. I don't know. I think I would really hate this. Since how it's just a game, I think I'll pick this one over that one because I think it would really suck if I could never hug my wife or my kids or hug my mom or dad or my siblings or anything like that. So I'm going to go with this one. That's interesting because I'm in the majority. You people are just evil. Get some random amount of stars with the opportunity to get more, or get 2 stars and get nothing. I think I'll go with this one because basically you're just trying to get me to watch a video or something. So I don't like them. I think they're dumb. I mean, I understand why they're in there. Be a rock. This one's not even a choice, and I believe I said that the last time this silly question popped up. Be a rock star or be a pop star? No. I'm not even going to discuss that. Oh. I don't know, in a sense, what's the point of even doing this video again? It's the exact same questions over and over again. And it would be just like repeating the same video over and over again. Because I would probably think of the same things over and over. But I guess I'll do it anyway. It's not like anybody watches my videos, so what's the difference? I just have fun doing it. Just for fun. No big deal. But, so, give your best friend a really bad birthday gift, or give your best friend no birthday gift at all. And if my, old-timer brain remembers correctly, the last time I had this question, I actually said I would rather give my best friend a really bad birthday gift because at least then they know I'm thinking of them. As opposed to not giving them a birthday gift at all, because then they would think that I don't care and I'm the crappiest friend in the world. And I also believe, if I remember correctly, I had said something about it doesn't really matter because the only friends that I have are my family. I don't really have friends that I go and hang out with. I have coworkers, I have acquaintances, but I don't really have friends anymore. So I'm going to go with that one. And I'm glad I'm in the majority with that. Have hiccups the rest of your life. Always be on the edge of sneezing, but not be able to. They both suck. Having the hiccups for the rest of your life could be very dangerous. Because you could be in the middle of trying to eat or something and hiccup and inhale something, and that would not be good. Always being on the edge of sneezing but not being able to would really suck because that's annoying. But being practical about this, I would think I would choose this one. And really, I don't remember what I picked last time. So it'd be interesting to go back and see. Have your flight delayed by 8 hours or lose your luggage. I mean, this one's not even a no-brainer. Really. I mean, why would you want to lose your luggage? Especially if you have, that's where your gifts are for your family or whatever from whatever trip you were on. Have your flight delayed by 8 hours. Even if it was an inconvenience, and yes, it would suck. You'd probably get bored. Your phone would die unless you had a charger. And this, that, the other. You'd have to explain to your boss that, hey, I can't make it work. My plane got delayed. Or my plane. Oh, wow. My plane got delayed. Or maybe you're going the opposite way. I don't know. That's why, in some ways, instead of trying to fly out the day before something happens, you should fly out at least have an extra day so that, yeah, if it does get delayed by 8 hours, I still have a full day to, get prepared and ready for what we were going to go do the next day. And yeah, some people probably don't have that luxury, but still, it's called planning. So I would much rather have my flight delayed by 8 hours. And it's a good thing that I'm in the minority there, because I would, sorry. This question, awesome. I'm so glad we have this question again. And mostly because I'll probably say pretty much the exact same things, because funnily enough, I am remembering most of these questions and what I said. And one of them was, if I have a dragon, that's kind of cool. You could ride on it. That would be awesome. But if I could be a dragon, it would be cool as well. However, I think if I could be a dragon, it would be kind of cool if I was able to morph into the dragon. So still be myself, but be able to become a dragon. That would be cool. And having a dragon, where are you going to keep it? Most dragons are huge. So unless you have like a huge property, there's no way you'd be able to, and what would you feed it? And what would you tell your neighbors? And how would, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, and I know this is a game and it's fantasy, but a lot of times you gotta think of these things rationally. That's what I think. That's probably why I end up rambling, and my videos end up being long, and people are like, oh, won't this guy just shut up? But I'd rather be a dragon. And I'm glad I'm in a minority. Spend 2 hours on the moon. Spend 2 months in complete luxury. And this one was a little bit of a debate. Well, I mean, not in my mind, but I remember talking about it, saying that this would be nice, yes. But unfortunately, spending that 2 months in complete luxury, you would get accustomed to living like that. And then as soon as it got over, you would be very let down and try to regain some of your whatever, and it just, I'd rather spend 2 hours on the moon. And once again, I'm glad I'm in the minority, because, and I'm sure some people just make snap decisions when they're playing this game. They don't logic it out. They don't make videos about it. And so they're not trying to logic it out as much. But this, and maybe this is going to make some enemies if I say this, and maybe it's going to make some people upset, but it's people like this that they're very greedy. And yes, I would love it too. I would. As long as my family could come along. I mean, and if it was just me, then I probably wouldn't do it anyway. Because that's not fair to my family. I mean, at least my immediate family, my wife and kids. The rest of my family, I'm not too worried about. But whatever, it's just a game. And maybe that's what some people are saying. Man, That's just dumb. You know, you're just overanalyzing it. It shouldn't be like that. It's supposed to be fun. Well, it is fun. I'm having fun. I'm sorry if you're not having fun, but I'm having fun. Because I kind of like answering these questions and trying to remember the things that I said and did. Especially considering this is a repeat. And you would think that if they were going to tack on this, then it wouldn't start me over at the beginning. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm going to stop rambling here and just go. Be stranded on an island alone, or be stranded on an island with someone you hate. Well, I think if I remember correctly, once again, the last time I had this question, well, maybe I didn't, I don't know, but there was that video, or that movie with the Tom Hanks in it. I think it was called Castaway, where being alone on an island, you're going to go nuts because it's just you. You don't have that human interaction. And there are some people that probably could do it. Some people could probably be perfectly fine with being on an island alone with no human interaction. But at the same time, if you're on the island alone, I mean, and it's vague because, you know, who knows? Maybe you have your baggage and your this, that, the other, but still, if it's a deserted island and you're the only one there, obviously you're not going to have any electricity or anything like that. So I'm going to just stop analyzing this one, and I would rather be on an island with somebody I hate, because at least eventually we might come to terms and eventually become friends, because maybe being stranded together will change both of us. So I'm glad I'm in the majority with that one. Alright, have your whole life narrated by Morgan Freeman. Yeah, see, that's just... have the Star Wars theme song played whenever you enter. You know, I have to say, developers of this game, if you do happen to ever see this video, which you probably won't, it's a little annoying having to do the same questions again. And if you did indeed tack on another 80, because you found another 80, or people gave you another 80, or whatever, you made up your own, whatever, that's awesome. Kudos to you. However, because I've already done the first 80, I should have started off on like 81 or something, or there should have been just another 80 on like, you know, this or that 2 or something, rather than having to go through the first 80 again. But whatever. The top one's stupid. That's all that matters. Okay. Use sandpaper as toilet paper or use hot sauce as eye drops. This one's a very interesting question, and I remember it clearly like I answered it yesterday. And the reasoning I had was that using sandpaper as toilet paper, you have to go use the restroom a lot, especially if you're a female, and that would suck, because your area would still be sore from the last time you used the sandpaper as toilet paper when you went to go use the restroom again, and it's just going to make it worse. Whereas with using hot sauce as eye drops, yeah, it's going to burn like a son of a gun. It would probably damage your eyes, but you don't use eye drops nearly as often as you do toilet paper. So this one's better, and I'm in the minority because I rationalize it. And maybe this game's just played by kids and teenagers, I don't know. But that's my logic, and I'm sticking to it. Be a giant hamster or be a tiny rhino. Yes, I remember this one. Talking about stepping on a tiny rhino with a horn in your foot, your shoe, this, that, the other. I would hate it because you'd run around and blah, blah, blah. A giant hamster, this, that, the other. Yeah, you'd probably be hunted down and killed, but whatever. I'd rather be a giant hamster. Because I guess for one thing, it doesn't specify how tiny of a rhino you would be. Maybe it's talking about being a rhino, just a baby rhino, or whatever. So this one, let's see if we can get to question 30. Have a boring, high-paying job or have a fun, low-paying job? Enough said. It's one of these that, yeah, great, money would be awesome, but you would hate to go to work every day. You know, and more often than not, you would rather be playing golf, if that's the kind of thing that you do, than be at your job. Or you would rather be playing video games than being at your job. At least if you had a fun, low-paying job, you would look forward to going to work every day, rather than... Next. Look good in photographs, but horrible in real life. Look good in real life, but horrible in photographs. I'm not even going to go there. Actually, I chose the wrong one again. Or maybe that's the one I don't know. Don't care. It's a good one. I like it. I should have chose this one because it's the one I really want. But I really, whatever. Guess I'm just kind of tired of debating this. Be rich and ugly, be poor and hot. Well, I'm already ugly, so being rich would just be a bonus. And I wouldn't want to be hot because then everybody would want me. And you know, if I was hot, why wouldn't I be a model or something? So I'd rather be rich and ugly. And I can see that most people don't agree with me. Only wear a hot dog suit for the rest of your life, or only eat hot dogs for the rest of your life. A hot dog suit, yeah, that would be funny. You'd have to walk around and sleep in it. You'd have to wear it to school, or you'd have to wear it to work. That just wouldn't work because certain jobs just, yeah. I'm forgive me for being such an old geezer that I choose to analyze these things before I answer them, because you know, honestly, there's no way you could wear a hot dog suit for the rest of your life. You'd have to take it off at some point, take a shower. Couldn't wear it to work, so I guess you wouldn't work. Your work would be what, as a hot dog vendor's mascot or something, because that's all you could do. You know, there are certain jobs that you wouldn't be able to wear that to. So it's kind of a moot point. I mean, it's just, yeah, anyway, whatever. I'm getting frustrated because some of these are just dumb. Like this. I mean, I get why they do it, but it's just dumb. You've already got your stupid ad down here. You've already got this little thing up here that says watch an ad. You know, and it probably didn't cost very much to develop this fantastic game. So, yeah, I'm going to be a little critical right now. And I enjoy the game, but I'm not going to like its Facebook page just so I can get another 10. I don't even know what the hell these things are for. Oh, yeah, I think they're to buy extra whatevers. You get 2 and feel, yeah, okay, it doesn't matter. You know, 75% of the people are a lot smarter. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. And this one's a very interesting one. I don't even remember what I chose. Either way, it's just stupid. You know? Because if you eat chocolate flavored poop, you're most likely going to get sick. Just because it's poop. If you eat poop flavored chocolate, it's not going to taste very good, but at least you could potentially gag it down. Or just not eat chocolate at all. That's another one. See, that's the thing about these questions. They're so open-ended. And I guess that's my analytical brain going on here. Because they're so open-ended. Like, you don't have to eat chocolate. I mean, yeah, a lot of people love and crave chocolate. But just because it says you eat poop flavor doesn't mean you actually have to eat chocolate. So I'm going to go with that. And I can see I'm in a minority there. I mean, it's kind of even, but whatever. 30 days without sweets or 30 days without coffee or tea. Technically, I could not go 30 days without either one. And actually, I don't drink as much coffee as I would like, but I don't think I could. I'll just. Oh, whoops! That's not what I wanted. Whatever. I don't care. I could probably go without coffee or tea as long as I had my soda. Have your skin be 3 times larger. Have your arms be twice their length. Now, both of them are impractical. And would probably never happen. And your arms, you would just end up dragging them on the ground. You'd end up looking like a Neanderthal. Your skin be 3 times larger all over your body, and you wouldn't be able to walk anyway. So I'll just go with this one. Why not? And that's a good one. I kind of like it. I mean, this just live during a zombie apocalypse. Live without Facebook. I can live without Facebook. Thank you. And 74% of the people agree with me. Right on you. Right, that was a good one. All right, so let's go ahead and do this one. Why does it say I'm on 29? I swear no, maybe not. I don't know what I'm talking about. So, I'm probably going to, and just like I did in the last time, it's probably the first episode, or maybe the second episode. I think it was the first one. It doesn't really matter. The point is that when I answered this last time, I said I'm going to probably disappoint some people, and honestly, I don't care. I do, but I've never really been a huge J.R. Tolkien fan, and maybe that's because I just haven't sat down to read any of the books. I've never seen any of the movies, so, but I have read every single book of Harry Potter, well, with the exception of the 2 newest ones. I haven't got around to reading them, but they're not really books, they're plays or whatever they are. And I've seen all the movies with the last one. Really hated the 5th one. Wasn't very fond of the 6th one. Although the 6th one was better than the 5th one. Honestly, I think they could have broke up the last 3 books into 2-parters, and it probably would have been a lot better. I've kind of heard people are very, disenchanted with the 7th one, but, no matter what movie you have, I think everybody's going to be critical of something, so I choose Harry Potter. And I can see that I'm not in the minority on that one. All right, last question. I remember this one. I had this big, long debate about how basically they're asking, or they're saying the exact same thing. Because really, if you poop with your mouth, you're going to have to eat with your butt anyway. Because it just means that instead of it going in your mouth and out your butt, it's going to go in your butt and out your mouth. So if you poop with your mouth, you're going to have to eat with your butt. And if you eat with your butt, you're going to have to poop out your mouth. So technically, this one's not even like an opposite. I mean, that's one of the things that this game is supposed to be. If you choose this or that, it's supposed to be the opposite of each other. And this one is not, regardless of how it's worded. It says the exact same. Because honestly, if you have to, because of the way the human body is designed, what you eat has to be turned into waste because your body can't use it all, especially if you're eating nothing but garbage. So really, it's no different. But it's just the way that it's worded. So really, kind of pooping with your mouth is gross. So I would much rather eat with my butt, like everybody's decided. I mean, not everybody, but it's 3/4 of the people have decided that eating with your butt would be cool. No. Alrighty, I think I'm going to leave that video right here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to kick the like button in the teeth, and please subscribe as I upload videos every other day. Please tell people about our videos. And please follow us on Twitter and Tumblr. This is Dark Soldier 420 for Wixaddick Gaming Corner. I'm out.